Hey guys, I cannot wait to share some thoughts with you right now. Just so you know, the thoughts I'm going to share right now are going to connect to the live stream we're going to do tonight. So make sure you join us on YouTube or Instagram. We're going to be live in both of those places. And we're going to be talking about Easter. If you didn't know, because the quarantine has just thrown every part of your schedule off, this Sunday is Easter, which is connected to some other holidays that you read about in the Bible. It's connected to Passover. We call it now Good Friday that we're about to have in a couple of days. Palm Sunday that we just had on Sunday. And so if you don't know more about those festivals, go read about them. There's pretty cool stuff in there. But we're going to talk for 3 weeks about Easter. Because of Easter, fill in the blank. And so tonight we're going to hit one of those things, that because of Easter, something is different. And then the next 2 weeks, even though Easter is done, we're going to keep going with that theme, because the big thing that I want us to focus on this year about Easter is that Easter isn't just something that we gear up to celebrate. It's something that changes what happens after Easter. And so for 2 more weeks, the majority of this series is going to happen after the holiday of Easter. And the way I want to start it off is I want to read you guys a poem that a guy named James Allen Francis wrote. And he wrote this in 1926, long time ago. And I heard this read the other day in a worship live stream by Michael W. Smith. He read it out loud. And I just thought it fit perfectly with what I want us to think about today. So if you guys just tune into this right here, hear this beautiful poem. He was born in an obscure village, the child of a peasant. He grew up in another village where he worked as a carpenter in a shop until he was 30 years old. And then for 3 years, he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never had a family or owned a home. He didn't go to college. He never lived in a big city. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He did none of the things that usually accompany greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He was only 33 when the tide of public opinion turned against him. His friends ran away. One of them denied that he even knew him. He was turned over to his enemies and went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between 2 thieves. And while dying, his executioners gambled for his garments, the only property he had on earth. And when he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 20 centuries have come and gone, and today he is the central figure of the human race. I am well within the mark when I say that all the armies that ever marched, all the navies that ever sailed, all the parliaments that ever sat, all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man on this earth as much as that one solitary life. That's the title of the poem if you want to look it up. It's called One Solitary Life by James Allen Francis. And the thing that I love about this poem is it captures that this guy only lived for 33 years. He only lived in one small part of the world. And yet look at the impact he's even having on your life this many years past, this many miles away. That one solitary life changed everything about the human experience. And that's what Easter is about, because Easter is the moment where what was necessary to change humanity happened. Jesus came, died, and then on Easter Sunday, he rose again. Death was defeated. In fact, that's the verse that I want to talk about right now, is from Romans 8, verse 11. And this is from the NLT version. It says, "The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you." I'm going to read that again. The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. See, Paul's making this point that because the Spirit of God lives in us, we have access to everything that Spirit has power to do, which is shown in its fullness by the power to raise Jesus from the dead. Imagine if you could walk around with confidence because you know that there is nothing you're going to face, not even death, that's going to have power over the power that lives in you. Now, that doesn't mean that God is just going to take care of every problem because he's got the power to do it. That's not what this is saying. But what it is saying is there's no problem you're going to come up against that if God needed to change it for your goodness to be seen at the end of the day, he would have the power to do it. Which means that you can walk through life without having to bow down to the fears that you have. And that's the big point for today I'm going to leave you guys with. Because of Easter, you don't have to live in fear. Now, that doesn't mean you won't fear. It just means you don't have to be controlled by fear. Because you've got a power that allows you to overcome your fear. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I hope you come ready to share some of your own thoughts about fear and what Easter means to you. We're going to ask some questions that are hopefully easy for you to interact with on our live streams. And so we'll hope to see you guys there. Don't forget, you got a chance to win a free pizza delivery if you catch the buzzword. So that's going to be kind of fun to do. And also don't forget, all the ninja videos. If you complete all 4 ninja videos, send me a clip of those. We will give you a free Sonic drink delivered to your house. Plus, it's going to be really fun to watch all of us become master ninjas. It's going to be great. So love you guys so much. I hope you all are doing well. You guys have our numbers, so reach out to us. If you need to just talk to somebody, do that. That's what we're here for. And if you don't have our numbers, reach out through our social media and we will Instagram, DM you and make sure you got that. So love you guys a lot. Have a great day. Bye.